So I had another TRX4 that you saw, the one with the Raptor body that I changed out the and locked out the wheels so the axles stayed locked all the time. So I really didn't need to use that radio for that rig anymore. And trying to be on low budget and not trying to go spend money on stuff that I don't need, I ended up taking a Tactic radio, because it did still have a 2-speed transmission. And I took and put that radio on that truck, so now the Tactic 3-channel will shift it from first gear to second gear, so that works great. And so I ended up putting that inside of a balloon. I don't know if you know this trick or not, but if you want to basically waterproof your receiver box so you don't get water in it, it fouls out, and then next thing you know you're dead in the water, no pun intended. You can actually go to Dollar Tree, one of the dollar stores, and buy balloons. And all you do basically is you open it up tight like this, you shove it inside there, and then you put a zip tie. I use the little small zip ties. I use the basically I use the little 4-inch black zip ties, big bag. And so anyway, so that's what I did with that rig, because that rig's been so modified, it's not even funny. It's not really original anymore. I mean, the chassis has been cut, it's been extended. It's just got a lot of modifications to it. But this truck here, it was actually a kit chassis, and it still has the lock in, lock out. But one thing the guy did do is he did install the over and under drives on this thing. So I'm keeping it to that perspective. I want to keep it there for that reason. And it's got the fender wells and all that stuff. So this thing here may end up, not sure if I'm going to put the Bronco body on it and just switch those out. So, but I may just leave it alone, because he did this really tricked out body. Now this is a Proline body. And this is a 4RUNNER body. And what he actually did is he faux in rust, worn blemishes. I mean, like, some of the work he did on this thing was phenomenal. Look at that rust. This is a plastic body. They don't rust. But he put rust, and he actually put earth magnets inside this. I mean, like rust running. So you can see that. You can see the rust running on the inside, which in turn makes it look like that on the outside. Pretty cool. And at first when I got this body, I'm like, I'm not keeping that body. It looks too beat up. Kind of like it now. So I did spray a matte finish on the outside to give it more of a flatter look. And then I took a razor blade and made windshield wiper. You see that? Made windshield wiper marks here. So I'm going to put some fake windshield wipers on here as well, and some mirrors as soon as I get done with it. But for now, trying to get it running. So I ended up taking the receiver box out of the other truck, because I needed a watertight receiver box with this little blue gasket. Guys, don't throw these things away. I mean, seriously, they're important. It says this little rubber gizmo here. So when I got it, again, this was pretty not finished. The rubber was not here. Nothing was done. You know, the rubber was not here. There was a gasket. So that actually helped me fix one of my trucks that I got from another guy who threw away the gasket. So got my little blue gasket, got my sealed box, and the most important thing is I got me the proper TQ radio with the lock-in, lock-out, and the 2-speed transmission, and the receiver box. So let's put this camera down here so you can see what I'm talking about. So here it is. So I am not putting a Traxxas ESC in there. I am using the Hobby Wing 1080 programmable crawler ESC. Very affordable, only like 40 bucks. I do a lot of trading. I actually got this on a trade, and I put me some wires. Now this motor, unfortunately, is probably not going to stay in this truck long, but for now it's going to live. I just got an NTG 45 turn. It actually came out of one of my other trucks that I got rid of. Actually, I got rid of it to get this one. So I do need to get a 27 turn motor. I am going to be putting just got this also from a buddy of mine, a Savox, and this is going to be the 0231. This is a waterproof digital. These are actually pretty decent. But for now, what we're doing now is I need to wire up my ESC, steering servo, and all my accessories, as well as my lock-in, locks out. So I need to figure all these little guys out. So stand by and we'll get down to it. Truck. So what we're going to do with the blue gasket is it really needs to go in the cradle here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some silicone. It is a lot easier if you're using the tube that Traxxas gives you. But you know, it's like everything else. I didn't turn the truck off yet. I just want to make sure everything's working good. Okay. All right. And we're just going to run these screws back down. I think I missed. All right. Okay, gather my number 2 here, make sure everything's nice and snug. Snug. And then this little guy here is rubber as well. We're going to put some silicone in it as well. Okay, wipe off all the excess silicone right here. And so there we got it. Okay, now I just got to install the servo. And that'll be pretty much it as far as that goes. Now he did put a servo winch on here, which is really cool. Probably gonna remove it for a moment. I don't know, I like it. I was actually gonna get this piece for it anyway, so he just did me a favor by already having it. All right, so what we're gonna do now is make sure that the steering is at 0, and something tells me I may not be wanting to use this servo arm. Because it's stripped. That's good. It's fine. That's not a bad thing. I'll work on that at a later date. And we'll run U-wire to the other Savox I've got. So I just need to get a servo horn for it. It's going to be functional. Okay, time turner back on. Okay. Now just time to permanently mount everything and button everything back up, and I'll be back. And then we're just going to stick it down here like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of my 4-inch zip ties. I already pre-drilled me some holes. And I didn't mess up the factory holes. I just pre-drilled some new holes so that way if I decide to put a factory ESC back in here, which is very slim, at least I didn't modify the holes and mess them up. And I'm going to put this right here. And we're going to take these wires . All right, I think this thing's ready for a test drive. And let's see. That don't interfere with the body. Here it is, the maiden voyage.